Hello besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 8 of 13 days of Booktober. It has been officially a week of Booktober and we are reading fall romances for the week. It is Monday, we're going to be reading from Monday to Sunday, and I do have the 3 books already picked out that I want to read for this video. The X by Erin Sterling is like a witchy kind of vibe, so I think this one's perfect for October because it has to do with witches, but make it a rom-com. I have heard a lot of mixed reviews on this one, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know. What I'm hoping is that it's going to be kind of similar in vibe to The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I absolutely love that book. It is such a good one. So I'm hoping it's going to be similar to that, but I'm really excited for this. Next is Hannah Bonham Young's People Watching. This one just came out this year, so in fact, it came out like a couple weeks ago, so I'm very excited to get to this one. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, so I'm kind of nervous about where I'm going to stand, but I've only read Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and I liked it, so I'm thinking I'll like this one. We'll see though, but this cover is just giving the perfect fall vibes, and then the last one is just a YA fall-esque vibe, but this one's following just like two high school like enemy kind of vibe going on, and they live in Bramble Falls, which I'm assuming is going to give like Gilmore Girl-esque kind of vibe. So that's mainly what I'm excited for, just like that cozy little Hallmark feel. Either way, these are the 3 books I'm going to be reading this week. I'm very excited. Fall romances do hit differently. Around the holidays, Hallmark Channel and me are like this. Like, I absolutely love watching the cheesy romance Hallmark movie. Like, they're gonna be predictable, you know what's gonna happen, but you love it anyway. That's me, and that's what I'm hoping these books are gonna give off. I do think I'm going to start with the X though. I'm really excited to get to this one specifically, so I'm going to start reading this one, and I will be back with some updates once I get into this book. Hey guys, I'm back with a little bit of an update. I am about halfway through this book. I'm actually, I think maybe even a little bit more than halfway. I'm on chapter 18, and so far, it's not really giving me the witchy vibes that I wanted, even though they're witches, which is kind of weird because even the male main character in this is a witch as well. So you would think that this would be very witchy, but it's really not. Vivian and Reese have like a history. They used to date back in college, but Reese ends up dropping a bomb on her, essentially saying, hey, I need to go back home to Wales to talk to my father about this woman that I'm betrothed to. And she was like, you're betrothed to somebody and you're over here like dating me? Like, what the heck? So she breaks up with him, but she has like a hard time kind of like getting over him. So her and her cousin put a curse on him, but she doesn't think the curse actually worked because she's not that powerful witch. She's never done it before, so she didn't think it worked. Flash forward 9 years later, he has to go back to the town that he went to college in for this like Founders Day because he's like family royalty of the witches or something. So it's their Founders Day. He has to go back. It turns out that the little curse that she did put on him is actually real, and now they're dealing with the consequences of that. And obviously this is going to be like a little second chance romance, but I don't know. I don't really feel a connection between the 2 characters. I don't really care about the 2 characters, and I'm not sure if it's just the way the story is written or what about it, but the characters are just kind of falling a little flat for me. Like, I feel like they don't really have much of a personality. Reese is described as like a little charming, like he's witty, he's flirty and stuff like that, and in my head I'm just like, I sense nothing from you. Like, nothing about you is making me feel like there's something there. So I don't know if it's the writing or if it's just me, but it is falling a little flat. Honestly, right now it's sitting at about maybe a good 3-star. We'll see how it turns out. I'm interested in the whole curse aspect of it, but aside from that, like, I don't know, it's just not giving me a magical romance that I was expecting. So it's a little it's a little disappointing. I'm a little sad about it, but I've also been listening to the audiobook because I decided that I wanted to update my book journal. So I was updating my journal for the month of September as well as listening to it, which was nice. It helped the book go by a little bit faster because honestly, I'm kind of bored and I just don't really care. And the whole like don't mix vodka with witchcraft thing is just kind of like dumb to me right now because that's like what it says on the back of the book. Don't mix vodka with witchcraft. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I get she was like, he was actually betrothed and now we're broken up. And like, she was like feeling sad about it. But it was more just like, I don't know. It was just, it felt kind of like dumb and immature. And the way they just, even like the curse that they put on him was just kind of like immature. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but right now I'm just not really loving it. I'm not loving the main character Vivian or even the main character Reese. Like, I just don't really care about them or their story. I don't really feel their connection because even they are like, we weren't together for that long for this to have even really had an impact on us. Because usually with a second chance romance, I feel like we have that connection. Like, we can feel the connection that they used to have, even though like they broke up and like, you know, stuff like that. But like usually we feel that connection. And I feel like these, if you told me these people just met today, I'd believe you. So I don't know, maybe it'll pick up, but I am already like 54% of the way through. And I'm not really sensing it's going to pick up that much. I don't know. I'm just bored. I'm just really bored. I thought this was going to be a little bit better, and I'm just not really feeling their connection. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to finish this, and I'll be back with an update when I do, hopefully soon. Okay, besties. I am back after having finished reading The Ex-Hex, and I got to tell you guys, I did not like this. It started giving me the ick so badly. I cannot understand. They did not have a connection to me. Their scenes together where they're like flirting and stuff like that just gave me the ick because both of these characters to me just didn't really seem compatible. Like, there was just no connection in my opinion. I forced myself to finish this, and I gotta tell you, this was just not it. I just read The Late Night Witches, and that's what I wanted with more romance. Yes, we have witches, but nothing about them really gave witchy vibes. Like, this just didn't give a witchy vibe book, even though they're witches. So, needless to say, this is a 2.5 star for me. I probably would never recommend this one to anyone. Which sounds so harsh. I wanted to love this so badly, but this just wasn't for me. If you love this book, I'm so happy for you because I wanted to love this, and I'm sad that I didn't love this. And even like there was even a cat in this that just I don't know what it was about how she wrote her characters, but nothing about any of the characters we got I liked. Like, even the cat was annoying. Like, there if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Unfortunately, though, our next two books are neither witchy nor spooky, I guess. So I have either Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson or People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Both of them are giving off fall vibes, but they're not obviously going to be a witchy romance. So definitely drop me your recommendations if you have any, but as for this video and continuing with it, I think I'm going to actually pick up Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. I think this one's going to be a good change of pace. I'm actually really excited. This one is following two best friends, but now they're not. And now he keeps popping up everywhere, and I guess they start rekindling their friendship. Honestly, just in it for the vibes. I want a cozy feeling read right now, and I think this one's definitely going to deliver in that. I'm going to read this one, and I'll be back with some updates once I get into it. Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick little update. I did start reading Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. I am about 50 pages into this, so I'm still pretty early, but I thought I knew enough to kind of like update you guys on what this book is kind of like about. So we're essentially following Ellis, who was living in New York with her parents. She's about to start her senior year of high school, and her dream college is Columbia. She wants to go to Columbia, and she kind of wants to follow in her father's footsteps of becoming a journalist. But she also has this kind of like passion for fashion. So she's also considering a fashion school in New York as well. But her dad's like, no, you need to keep your mind on track. Columbia's your goal. Like, that's what you need to focus on. One day, her mom surprises her by saying, you and I are going to be moving to Bramble Falls, Connecticut, to live with your aunt, who's her mom's sister, for a little bit. Her parents are kind of having issues, and they think a little bit of space is going to be best for them. So reluctantly, she has no choice but to go with her mother to Bramble Falls. She's really upset about it because it's her senior year of high school, the most important year. She's trying to apply to colleges, like these classes, her electives, like all of this stuff that she's been working for. She's interning at her dad's company, like all these things are essentially gonna go away because now she has to go to a new school, make new friends, and find ways to meet the requirements that she was doing in New York, now in Connecticut. So she's not happy about it. She's essentially needing to uproot her life at what she's considering a very critical time. Right off the bat, you're already getting that something is happening. Like, she's not just moving her daughter for no reason, but we don't know what that reason is just yet. Either way, they finally make it to Connecticut, and Ellis ends up running into Cooper, who she had developed a pretty good relationship with one summer. And when she left, they kind of kept the relationship a little bit through phone calls and text messages and stuff, but that kind of fell off once school started and they got busy and stuff like that. Well, she ends up running into him, and he immediately just like doesn't like her. Something happened. He's not happy with her, and I guess she doesn't really remember it. So he's not happy with her. She's trying to figure out why because she just doesn't remember. There's some tension between her and Cooper. There's some tension between her and her mother. It's giving very much teenage problems. But honestly, so far, I'm actually enjoying this. The vibes of it, I love a small town. So that's why I knew this one was going to hit, because you give me a small town and I'm probably going to eat it up. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's in everyone's business. Like, I just love it. I love it so much. And we're also starting to get into the whole fall festival that happens at this little small town. So I'm super excited to keep reading. But so far, like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the writing, actually, for the most part. It's very engaging. The story's going along kind of quickly. I think the pacing of the book is just going really well right now. I'm not feeling bored or anything like that. So I'm definitely interested to see where this is going to go. It's definitely giving your Gilmore Girls. Like, there was one scene where she was describing this gazebo, and I was like, could you be more Gilmore Girls than having a white gazebo in the middle of town? I'm going to keep reading. I'll probably be back with an update when I'm about halfway through, and we'll see how I feel when I come back with an update. Hey guys, I'm back with a little bit of an update. I have started reading People Watching, and I'm about halfway through the book. I'm on page 154, which is chapter 15. I don't think I'm enjoying this as much as I was really hoping I would, which is a little bit sad. I've only read Out on a Limb, and I love that book, so that's all I have to compare to it. And I already know that I do not like this one nearly as much as I like that one, mainly because the characters are not my favorite. They're not very likable, in my opinion. We're following Prudence and Milo. Prudence lives with her parents in this small town in Ontario, and she's staying with them to help take care of her mother, who has early onset Alzheimer's. So she's there to help with their parents' store/gas station, and also to take care of her mother. Milo is moving to said small town temporarily to help his brother open his brewery bar. I'm a little confused because they keep saying brewery, but then they'll say bar. So I don't know if it's meant to be like both or if it's meant to literally be a brewery. I don't know. Either way, he's there to help kind of kick it off. And Milo comes off as this very conceited, I guess is a good word to use. Like, he knows he's good looking. He knows his charm. He knows the effect he has on people. And it's coming off as a little arrogant, in my opinion, and I don't really find him appealing. I find him annoying. It's not making me like him in any kind of way. And Prudence is very standoffish. She's very reserved. She doesn't really have like a lot of friends and stuff, which is also making me not really care for her character because her character really doesn't have much depth, in my opinion. Like, I think what's really great is that she cares about her mother enough to want to help stay behind. I don't really care for these characters. I don't care for them. I don't care about this weird sexual tension connection that they have because, let's be real, it's lust and it has nothing to do with actually liking each other because they don't know each other. And like I said, I am halfway through this book. So that's saying something. I feel like by now we should have established a connection. There's like maybe a scene where you can argue that a connection was kind of established, but even then, it's more lust based than it is anything else. Like, I don't think these characters actually care or know anything about each other. They just are sexually attracted to each other, and that's it. I feel like with Out on a Limb, the connection was there. Like, yes, they were thrown into a situation that was a little bit crazy, but we got to see that relationship build. The author's not convincing me that there's a romance here. And I think that's the problem. And it comes from me not genuinely liking the characters separately or together. Like, there's just no connection, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Those are kind of my thoughts. And I'm halfway through, so I'm not sure where this is going to sit for me. I feel like as of right now, it's sitting at about a 3-star. I'm not even, like, even the small town vibes, like, you guys know, I love small town vibes, but nothing about this is giving, like, yes, they're in a small town, but it doesn't even feel like a small town. Like, it feels like when you're driving down the highway and there's nothing around you, it's kind of like a deserted small town, and all of a sudden you come across this random gas station and maybe another building next door. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like a small town. There's nothing really cozy about this. I don't know. I still have half of this book to go, so maybe my opinion will change. I don't know. But as of right now, I gotta say I'm not really loving it. So we'll see how my opinion changes when I finish this book. I really don't think I'm going to be back with an update before I finish the book. I just don't think there's going to be a lot to update you guys on, to be honest. But if there's something worth updating, I'll do it. But if not, I'll be back when I'm actually done with this because I'm kind of ready to be done with it. Guys, I literally can't with this book. If you don't like spicy books, don't even bother picking this up because the whole reason that they even kind of like start developing anything is because Prue essentially asks Milo to help her with her sexual experiences. And when I tell you that this is giving me the ick, I think it has a lot to do with I don't like either of these characters individually. So I don't like them together either because there's just no connection there. It's giving me the ick so badly. I do not, like, I want to skip these chapters. Like, especially because he is not shy about his sexual endeavors and he is a no commitment kind of guy. So, you know, he's had a lot of them. And this is just, oh my gosh, I can't. I literally cannot. He's giving me the ick. I can't. I don't like him. Like, he just compared himself to a cadaver. Like, guys, what is happening? I can't. He literally says you can touch too, like I'm a cadaver or some shit, if that would make you feel better. No, that's... Anything this man says just irritates me. Guys, I can't. Hey guys, I am back and I did finish reading People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I am sad to say I did not enjoy this as much as I was really hoping to. I will say the overall story was fine. I had no problems with it. I found the more tough topics to be more interesting than the actual romance itself. In terms of the romance, I didn't really like it. I personally didn't really feel the connection between the two characters. It felt very lust-based. Immediately, everything about their relationship started with just like attraction. And I feel like for me, they didn't really build a friendship. I just never really felt that they actually got to know each other. And then this whole entire story does span like 2 months. But in those 2 months, I'm sorry, I just can't believe in their relationship, in their feelings. and they're supposed to love each other. Like it just didn't feel real to me. It just didn't feel believable. I didn't feel a connection between the two characters. I didn't really care about the two characters either. I did not like Milo's character. He just gave me the ick. I found him not attractive. I just didn't like him. Prue's character was she just doesn't have like a likable vibe to her, which is so weird. I really liked how much she cared and loved her family. But aside from that, I feel like her character overall was just not really likable. The small town vibe in this also just doesn't really give small town vibe either. Like, I'm sorry. This book was just not for me. I just didn't really like it. So because of that, I do think it is going to be about 3-star. I feel like, especially comparing it to Out on a Limb, I had such high expectations because she wrote that relationship so well. She wrote that romance so well. The story was engaging. Everything about it just felt good. This just didn't give that same feeling. The characters just didn't hit the same. The small town vibe didn't hit. The romance to me just didn't make sense. It was just lacking so much of what Out on a Limb gave. And this just felt so flat for me. So yeah, I think this is going to be like a 3-star. There were still some aspects that I did enjoy, which is why it's a 3-star and not a 2-star. I wouldn't go into this thinking you're going to get like a really cozy fall vibe book because you're just not. Those are just my thoughts. I just personally don't like it. 3-star. And that brings us to the end of this video. Just to kind of quickly recap all of the books that we did read. We started with The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I think I rated this one a 2.5 star. This was just another one that I just did not like this. The main character gave me the ick. I'm sorry. This did not give me the witchy rom-com vibe that I was going for. I feel like even though the characters were witches and there was like magical-esque things happening, it just didn't read like a magical witchy vibe book. So I don't know, this just fell flat for me. 2.5 stars. I just didn't really like it. The next book I read was Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. I ended up giving this, I think, a 3.5 star, but after having read these two books, this book I feel like could even be bumped up to a 4. Like this one gave exactly what I wanted. There was fall vibes, small town vibes. The main character was likable, even though she had like her, her own issues and kind of like teenage, drama associated to it. I still really liked the romance. I liked the small town vibe. I liked the friends that she had made in this small town. Like this was a fantastic fall vibe book. So I honestly think I'm going to bump this up to a 4 because I genuinely really enjoyed this. It is YA, so do note that, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. I feel like the writing doesn't make it feel YA. Even though we are following high school kids, they are on the higher end. They're like 18 or turning 18. So they are on the higher end of, it's not like we're following like 14-year-olds, but either way, this one was really good. I really enjoyed it. The story was sweet and it gave me exactly what I wanted, fall romance vibes. And then last, People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I will say, in addition to everything I just finished saying, if you don't like spicy books, definitely don't read this because their whole relationship essentially starts because he decides to help her in her sexual endeavors. So if that's not something that's interesting to you, you're not going to like this because it does pick up once it starts. Same thing with The Ex-Hex. This one does get kind of spicy too, so just be aware of that if that's not your vibe. But yeah, these are the 3 books that I read. I had an interesting reading week, to say the least. But overall, I am glad I got to get to these books because honestly, they were all books that I really wanted to get to. And I'm a little sad that they weren't as good as I wanted them to be. But either way, it is what it is. I got some fall romances in. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I do hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm having so much fun filming it for you guys, so I do hope you guys are enjoying it. If you've read any of these books, please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts were. And if you have any fall romance recommendations, please leave some for me because I need good fall romance recommendations because obviously some of mine just didn't hit for me. But that does bring us to the end of day 8 of 13 days of Booktober. As always, my links are down below if you want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads. I do post there as well. But I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for day 9. Bye!